What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the archives. 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 What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the archives. Today, we're back on this Oliver 88. I know it's been a long time coming on this video. Honestly, we've been super slammed. We've been busy with other jobs, other videos, and a little bit of it I'm gonna blame on my editor. No, you're not. Yes, I am. Today, we're gonna show you how we got to here. As you can see, it's a little more put together than the last time that we had this thing. We're gonna tell you all about it. We're gonna show you how we got to here, how we put it together, some tips, tricks, and other things that we did. And we got a lot to tear into. So hit that subscribe button, and let's see if we can get this Oliver started today. Alright guys, well, welcome back. Let's give you a quick run through of what we've done so far. About half a year, 8 months ago, we decided to pull this tractor out. It sat in that barn over there for about 15 to 20 years. Anyways, we drug it out, tore it down, and basically had this thing to its bare frame. Then we found out that we had some bad parts. There she is.
So that's where the chip tooth came from.
So what do? We went and bought 2 more tractors. Appreciate it again, man.
Yep.
So we'll
Thank
see you guys later. When we got the tractors here, we busted both of those apart. Used all the parts to put this one together and Frankenstein it. We took away the axles, we put new bull gears in, went through the brakes, checked out the transmission to make sure it was okay. Then we hunked this bad boy out. This engine came out. All this motor got took apart. We went with Korves, K-O-R-V-E-S. They're in Waterloo, Illinois, which is a great company. They knew all their knowledge on this complete engine and all the parts that we needed, such as gaskets, valves, pistons, sleeves, rings, and more. Then I decided to take the head off because you're already this far in the build, so why not go ahead and take it all apart? So I took this head and took it up to Benton, Illinois, to a machine shop, Benton Machinery, I believe it was called. Anyways, they made sure to get this thing decked for us and put it through some cleaners to make sure we got our valves cleaned up and that way they wouldn't stick. Then we decided to put it together, which took us a little while because we needed the book for timing and doing different things with the injector pump, and that leads me to that. So then the injector pump came from RD Diesel in El Dorado, Illinois, and those guys are awesome over there. So he took the injector pump off, which is a very hard thing to do on these Olivers. Luckily for us, we had a good one, so we used that one. We actually got it back and it worked. Then we decided to take off all the panels and I started sanding on them, which was an awful idea. I wouldn't recommend sanding on your own unless you really want to get really dirty. So I took that to a sandblaster. Guy was awesome over in Harrisburg. I'll put a link in the description of his name. Then we got all the panels back. I primed them and here we are today. I know people have been waiting on this episode. It's been a long time coming. I know I've been lacking a lot, but we're back and we got a lot to do. So today, this engine is gonna get rebuilt. But to show you that, we have to go back. Let's go back. Editor, can you do that? I guess I can do that. I appreciate it. So we're gonna be slapping these beautifully. New pistons, new rings, and here's the old ones. They're smoking.
Turn this one up. Yeah, it ain't very fun with one person.
No, I'd say it sucks. We got a ring compressor.
Compression, right?
Little close right here. It's real far.
Offset.
The first one goes like that. The second one goes like that. The third one goes like that.
Yeah, your book's laying there and I just laid my hand on it. That's a bad spot.
Now I gotta sell as used condition. The librarian is not gonna be happy on that one. If you're ever curious of how these things go back in order, we're figuring out as we go. They're turned a little different.
3.
And we look on the side, See it very slightly right there. Remember what order they go in. Here's 1. Here's 2. Let's say follow that. Yeah. Let's get on this end.
You can't ask for
Perfect line. Sleeves going in good. Put them in the car.
Give me back my whiskey. Forget about the time when you almost missed me. Give me back my
It's even go all the way around.
You're asking for a bunch, man.
That'll work.
Alright, so this one, the flat side will go towards the front.
Well, that's what happened to me. I guess it happened all the time. Every time I think about that.
While I was headed to Benton to get some of the parts that we had forgot, Cody and Kevin decided to slap the engine in and went ahead and installed the clutch and everything. Here's my number 1 tip. Make sure you read that book.
That's what you was looking for.
That's what I was looking for.
Oh, where'd he go? That was the one that I guess originally.
Yeah, we'll put it right in the middle. That's pretty good.
Tight. Oh, there we go.
That's the director. I just care about.
Oh, that's right. Did those have lock washers on before?
Nope.
Yeah. You got your seal. And you got your felt.
That's that metal.
Alright,
That's a
right.
metal seal. So that
Right
goes
here.
in. Yeah, that's that metal seal. So that'll be on the outside.
So the felt's outside of it.
Yeah.
For the book I actually ended up going on eBay and I got a manual. The manual is what we needed to figure out every little nook and cranny to put back into this engine, such as timing, putting everything back, adjusting everything, and fine-tuning things. Because, like I said, we lacked a little bit, and we didn't have this thing put together in back-to-back episodes. We actually waited months apart. Things get obscured in the shop, so luckily that book came in handy. So Kevin knocked out the book and all the guides and followed us along. Cody, who's a great mechanic himself, decided to put the engine together, and he did an awesome job.
I guess well here it says make sure your diesel shutoff is not engaged.
Okay.
So it won't start.
So you pull it to build up your oil
12
pressure
pounds of oil registers, then you can start your engine.
Oh, I'm glad we got Kevin here.
See?
We would have been screwed.
You guys just skip all this. Here it says operate the engine for 5-hour braking. The first 2 hours at no load and 1400 RPM. Then change the oil and operate the next 2 hours, gradually increasing load to the end of the total 4 hours. After 4 hours of running, you can put it at full throttle.
Okay. Y'all told me so.
What it's saying is don't go out the door and hook it up to a
Hey man, we have a pull plow right now.
It's gonna look good. Don't use it.
So basically what I'm saying is if you're taking on a project like a Oliver 88 diesel, it is a big of a job. It's not easy. It is great to have help and all this knowledge, and we're learning as we go too. We're not pros at this. We are just having fun while doing it. And it may not look the best right now, but that's where paint comes in. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, because the next episode we're gonna paint this thing because we've came this far.
Other day, because these are painting it. Alright, so we're turning that way now.
What the heck is that for?
Well, that's where your distributor would go, but you may have to.
It's running off this now.
Yeah, but you may have to
Take that back and then put it back in.
put this on blast.
There we go.
Oh, there it went.
I did say don't put the clutch on until it's already in there. Yeah, you've already got it on.
Oh, it's a good looking clutch too, isn't it? There's any O-rings supposed to be on this damn thing? You would think, other than just that brass seal in there. And then it's like, what's these?
I think it's a valve.
Valve seals? Maybe.
Ought to be.
There's that. This was loose. I put it in with fingers, but now since it's under a bind.
This is around. Should give us some more clearance. Looks like somebody already bent it, so that way you'd have clearance.
Yep.
So that would be where your oil pickup.
Yep. Yeah, that'll pour it in, and then it'll run out of these holes and run down them rails. Alright, come on. Alright, let's set this valve cover on and get it snug.
It said 12, 14 pounds of torque to tighten them, or use a wrench with a 6-inch handle will be the equivalent. That's what the book says.
Ugga dugga. Upside down.
I even knew that was where I brought it over here. Again, go on the other side. That's why I like to put shit back together as soon as I take it apart. Timing cover's gotta come back off.
Gotta go behind it, huh?
Yeah.
Oh man. So it's gotta.
Supposed to be like that.
And it
just
sinks
on the
together.
inside. Man. These are for out here.
Alright. Let me get that, we got this thing.
One of these are. Or maybe both of these are. For here.
Yeah. Should all be the same size.
So water pump's gotta come off first.
Welcome to life, man.
Let's move this because it ain't no good with the camera now. Turned out to be a nightmare.
Take that off.
Yeah, it's gonna have to slide up too. That's gotta go in more. I'm just gonna find some boots.
Beautiful. Did you get this one tight?
They all should be.
Sweet. Stars on. The only ones that I didn't tight was these bottoms.
Yeah, I'll have to get swivel on there and kind of go in an angle.
Top ones are tight. Starter's tight. Now we gotta find the exhaust bolts.
Now I gotta bend all these lines back to shape. I just wasn't that gentle with it getting it off because they were fighting me. Yeah.
Injection lines. So I guess this piece would go here.
Yeah, when we get that far.
Okay.
First thing I gotta do is get these start going one by one.
Okay. What's that, 9/16? Half?
No, that's like a 3/4. And then there should be one line. Oh, we got 2, 4, 6. Oh, they're all right here.
I don't know. I don't know. Let me see if I have a picture. Polished shaft.
Cause that's gonna go boom to boom to boom to boom. And then boom to boom. And then we might want to put some on both sides. Do we even have a thermostat?
Yep, it's in there.
The old one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Get the lighter.
Make sure it works first. If it don't work, we'll take it out.
It works! Since 1957. Looks like they're replacing it.
Yeah, it opened right up.
Cool.
Use the lighter.
All we gotta do is hook these lines up here. Where'd that cat go that was in this?
Where at?
It's in that bucket.
I'm gonna put it on the back side. I don't want, if we do decide to start it, I don't want to return any fuel. We don't have a tank to return it.
How's it looking over here?
Slow.
It is a process.
It's that.
Did you get it hooked up right, you think?
Oh, I don't know.
No, we don't know. We'll find out. Better run.
I want to put a little bit, make sure it's not leaking to the bolts real quick.
When I'm gone, I know you'll miss me. Sing our songs and you get tipsy.
I am glad we did that, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, what would have happened is you snapped another tooth off of it, and then it would have ripped the brake shaft, and then it would have ruined the differential, and then we would have had to
Everything.
take transmission apart to get that out. And that's,
We kind of saved ourselves there. Saved ourselves another day.
Well, you won't catch me squalling or find me breaking my nails crawling. I bet you heard I found my calling. That 6 string I played for you. So fire away, tired today, so you know how I won't fight you back.
If you're new to the tractor world, this is definitely fun to do. I recommend a little bit of knowledge of tools and things like that to know what you're doing, or at least have some knowledge of an engine. Lucky for us, we had a great group of guys that knew what we were doing. Also, all the local stuff here, you know, being in a small town of Southern Illinois, there's plenty of opportunity of businesses to support, so that's what we did. So now that we've came this far along, and now that you know how to put an engine together, or how we do at least, let's see if we can hear it run. Oh yeah, look at that. The bowl's already filling up.
You hang on to this.
She runs. That's the first time it had a good crank like that. Little bubbles. That's cool, man. First time you probably heard this engine in a long time. Have you ever heard this engine?
I've never heard this one.
All right, so it's together, it's running. We're gonna clean it up a little bit, but David was able to pull it and build pressure, so what all do you have to do?
Well, these engines are notorious, and actually in the service manual it tells you to start one of these tractors you really need to pull them, and pulling them actually isn't the combustion part of it isn't necessary for the pulling. You need to pull these to build oil pressure and fill up the entire oil system all the way through your crankshaft and around your cam and your rocker assembly and your injector pump. So we pulled it, and we didn't have to pull it very far, and then we got it in, had to put a few things back together, put the battery on it, and it was a surprise, because when you install these injector pumps, even in the manual it'll tell you, even if you go by the timing mechanism, you can be, this can be 180 degrees out, or the engine could be 360 degrees out, because the crankshaft turns 360 degrees and this turns 180.
So
Just the same way with the camshaft, you know.
So we got lucky, I guess.
We got lucky. There's a 50-50 chance, and we just guessed at it and we got it right. Normally that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I'm really, really pleased. And when it started today, I've always told you that every tractor has its own sound when they start. Right. Like a 40-20, once you hear them, they could be a mile away. You know it's a 40-20. Same way with that 15. But an Oliver 88, if you've ever heard one of these start, you'll always recognize that sound, and that's exactly what it sounded like. It started right up and was relatively quiet. Yeah. Even without the muffler. And then we stuck the muffler on, and these Waukesha engines are amazing.
Yeah. Well, guys, we know that it'll run on its own, and that's pretty good. It stays up, stays going. So that's a good sign that we did something right. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you're following along in this build, I appreciate you being here. If you're an Oliver lover, just like we are turning out to be, leave me a comment below if you have a cool story, or if you're building one of these Olivers, an 88 diesel perhaps, or another one. I'd like to hear your stories of how it was your farm tool for your grandparents, or if it's turning into yours. So we're gonna get this thing all squared away. We got a little more to do. We're gonna start doing panels, prepping, priming, and more, get this thing painted up. We got to do a little bit more though. So hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch you on the next episode. There, smoking.
There you go.